kids. Here comes Peter Pumpkin. For a safe Halloween, do what Peter does. Wear a light-colored costume short enough so you don't trip. If you wear a mask, make sure you can see. Makeup's better. Don't crisscross the street. Call on one side, then the other. Parents, set boundaries and a time to be home. Carry a flashlight for extra safety. And let's all have a safe Halloween.
Welcome to the Cemetery Gates podcast, featuring Xander Kane and Android Virus. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Cemetery Gates podcast with me, your co-host, Android Virus, Android, Aaron, whatever you want to call me.
The Vision.
The Vision tonight. The Vision tonight.
The Vision.
There you go. Yeah, hey, that's a new one to add to the shuffle. The Vision. The Vision tonight.
You're gonna have an intro like Smoke Show before it's all said and done.
I don't even know what that. Does he have an intro? Oh, we gave him an intro, didn't we? Something funny.
No, it's like nine months long before it's.
Oh wow. Jeez.
Coming to you from
North
America.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well,
From the Western Hemisphere.
Oh yeah. That's a good one. I miss Smoke Show. I want to record that fucker again sometime soon. Anyways,
I made him watch a movie that made him very angry. Thank you for watching it, Smoke Show.
What did he watch?
It's a movie called Soft and Quiet, and it is, yeah, it's pretty intense.
There you go.
And not in a good way.
Huh.
So, but it is, I will say, proceed with caution, but it is an incredibly well-made film that triggers pure raw emotion. It's good.
Well, there you have it, Mr.
But I'll never watch it again.
Mr. Xander Kane, the illustrious. There you go. There was his intro.
There's my intro for Soft and Quiet.
Yeah, Soft and Quiet. This guy in his fucking Skinemax movies. Hey, so, and joining us for, what is it, our episode 3?
4.
Or episode 4, half a
Finale.
month late.
Shit.
It's okay. It's all right. Our
Where am
Cemetery
I?
Gates 31 Days of Halloween challenge. Now, this is going to be a challenge, and I am going to definitely have to use a lot of shit to assist me on this one. I will admit, while I did watch everything, it was a long time ago, and a lot's happened since.
Yeah.
So, well, I'll be using some assistance, which is cool. I'm not trying to whatever.
We're gonna all
Yeah.
have to help each other.
We're gonna all help each other out, and it's gonna come together because I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, that part. Oh yeah, that part. So there'll be that, and so yeah, it's Cemetery Gates podcast, 31 Days of Halloween, 2022, episode 4, finally in the bag, or almost in the bag. See how the show goes, and we're gonna be doing 24 through 31. Yeah, I can't wait to get into it. So, because we have so many movies to cover tonight, we're going to get right into it. We did talk a little bit before the show. And Aaron, Mr. Vision does not go to a cult like Jim. It was just...
Yes, he
look,
does.
I expect
Just
weights to
because
be...
Christianity is culty too. Sorry. pal.
It is the OG cult. What are you
Oh,
talking
yes.
about?
well,
Thank
yes,
you.
this is true.
It's the original.
Yes, you're right.
It's the oldest
But
cult
I'm
in the
not
book.
listen, I am not going to disagree with you there. But it does go into the other culty things where... I don't know.
He goes to a culty gym. He's just not a part of that cult yet.
No.
Anyway.
No way,
'cause
dude.
That's how it turns out. That's how
I've
it
been there 3
starts.
years. I've been there 3 years. You can't.
There's like a Jesus and smoothie place over by me. It's like, oh, Jesus and juice. Not Jesus juice, Jesus and juice.
Are you sure it's not a Mexican dude and his name is Jesus?
I
mean,
haven't met him, so I don't know.
That would be probable here in Albuquerque.
It is all plant-based.
Yeah, well, Jesus.
That's not Mexican.
No,
It's
it's not.
plant-based.
It's plant-based. No, it's not. If it's Mexican,
Whoa,
it's
before
fucking,
we get going,
it's lard-based.
there's a huge thank you in order because someone sent me a fucking giant bag full of tamales,
Oh.
and that would be Mother Magpie,
Aw.
and they were
She was mad.
delicious.
She was mad at me and Aaron.
They were so fucking good. Thank you so
He's
much.
been waiting for 2 Christmases.
Got them. They were cold. Warmed them up. Feasted.
Fucking ridiculously good, huh?
So fucking good.
That's
I had a
to-
friend eat some with me, and he was like, "God damn!" I was like, "Yeah."
You told him that's like is scratch fucking kitchen in a good way. You can get fucking tamales, like
Mhm.
authentic as you
Yeah.
can get.
They were wonderful. So
Good.
thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Good.
That was
Aw.
greatly appreciated.
True blue. I am so happy you got some true. And you know what? Salsa will be in the order this year, sir. I promise you.
Well,
have
last
to
time
make-
your kids ate it all.
Yeah, that did happen. And
Sons
They
of
speak-
bitches.
eat everything.
and I think Mona ate some too before I sent it out too. Fuck.
I always eat whatever you have.
So
She
I'm
didn't
first
eat
in line.
my jar. Somebody else did.
I will.
I would like to believe that Mona did not eat my salsa.
She probably did, but that's okay.
Mona.
I'll have to make
Sorry,
more.
not sorry.
So more is in order for sure. So, and if anybody out there wants me to send them some salsa, you can you can PayPal me. No, I'm just kidding.
It's
Mm,
Android
remember when you
Vision
made me-
/ OnlyFans.
That's right.
/
You made me taquitos and salsa for Christmas.
Oh yeah. See, I told you got Xander's.
Oh, it was so good, Xander. It was hot. It was too spicy.
Too spicy jalapeno.
Yeah, really good. All right, guys, let's get into our first movie of the evening.
Do it.
1981's Wolfen. Yeah, right.
Wait, I could do this intro.
Okay, do it. Talk about it.
Okay, it was directed. What is it? 1981.
Yeah,
Directed by Michael Wadley,
Wadley.
the guy that directed the 1969 documentary for Woodstock. I guess he wrote and directed and acted in this movie. He was like the terrorist informer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's basically about a New York cop investigating a series of brutal deaths that resemble animal attacks. So that's what I got.
That is correct.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, it's pretty much from what I got from it, from what I can remember, is I like the kills; those were good.
The
I like
opening
this
kill.
movie.
Yeah. The opening kill, the whole setup at the very beginning, I think, is really cool. This, where they have people kind of walking outside in the park, and they have those like giant, like you don't really know what it is at first. Like it looks like fucking sheets, but it's some sort of art display or something in the field, and they're being like hunted by the something they can't see. And there's a nice effect where one of the people get killed and they splash blood on the big tapestry or whatever is out in the field.
There was some pretty
it
cool
has
kills like that.
and
And
it has
limbs fly off.
right, yeah, which is super cool. It does do like the Predator kind of.
Yeah.
Well, I guess this is pre-Predator, but like when you're looking from the animal's perspective, you kind of have a unique filter on the
Predator vision.
yeah, which looks like they filmed that in daylight and then threw a filter on it in the daylight to make it look like that because it was so bright. I could be wrong there, but yeah, definitely love the opening of this thing. That was cool.
I mean, and you get kind of like this, just like in this shitty part of New York, just fucking animal kills, or what, a monster kill. People are dying, right?
Yeah.
And it's just in this really bad, shitty part of New York, and then they're finding out, this kind of a theme going on, and a lot of they call in a zoologist, and it's an unknown subspecies, but he kind of linked it to what, like a canine, but they didn't know. Which is really cool.
Yeah, they make a point to separate it from wolf too.
Yes, yep, I remember that part.
So yeah, It's like the old Indian legend or whatever.
Yeah, they can do it to Native American, and this is actually like, for all intents and purposes, I thought it was kind of like a Native American type of horror movie elements, which I really
Yeah.
like. Because
And
there's a lot.
I did not notice until like the last 10 minutes of the movie that was Edward James Olmos, like very young.
Yeah,
yeah.
crazy, huh?
I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? Is that really him?
It was also a shocker that Gregory Hines was in this to me. I was like,
Yeah.
what, Gregory Hines?
Well,
Tom Noonan's
recognized
in there
him.
too.
Immediately, but I did not know that was him until like the end. Like,
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him that young, so
So yeah, you
Right.
kind of they interrogate some dude, and he claims to be a shapeshifter. Yeah, I don't know. It's like a culty. Then it gets culty, right?
Yeah. Well, there's a cool scene with a guy that claims to be a shapeshifter where he winds up on the top of a bridge in New York.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes you, he's like, oh, I can turn into multiple things. I can turn into a bird and fly. And he's trying to get in the guy's head that's kind of, I guess it's the cop that was up there with him. I can't remember.
yeah.
Right.
Trying to question him and figure out what the hell's going on. I thought that was a pretty cool scene. Had a little bit of tension there to it because you didn't really know what was going to happen. But yeah,
Then
I
he gets
just-
naked and
yes,
acts like a
there's
wolf
little,
on the beach and
there's
like
a
kind
lot.
of clowns him.
A little.
Like, yeah,
I won't
shape-shifting.
say there's a lot of wiener in here, but there's some wiener.
There was
Yeah.
not enough wiener, I'd say that.
So it's pretty cool, man. Like I kind of like how this goes into like this like society and kind of like the intertwisting of everything going on. I don't know. It's cool. I thought it was cool because like it also played on the Native American folklore, and again, there's not enough Native American horror movies. There are some, but
Not a
this is
ton.
not a ton. I really like that. But man, all in all, I like this movie. Don't want to give too much away about it. It was a solid, I think, for me, like 3.5 to 4 out of 5.
Nice.
You?
I liked it.
4.
You gave it a 4, Mona?
Yes,
I'm gonna be the sad Sally and bring it down to a 3 for me.
Ooh.
I thought it did get a little too dialogue heavy at certain points.
Sure.
Kind of when you know when the plot's going on, like, all right, I know what we're dealing with here. Can we kind of speed this up?
Yeah.
That's really the only like downside. I mean, it's still a fun watch.
Great. It's it's definitely a werewolf movie, man, and it likens me back to I was fucking with my Letterboxd and the werewolf movie. We watched it probably like 4 years ago, Xander, and I found the oldest. It wasn't the oldest werewolf movie ever filmed, and it was from maybe the 1920s or earlier. It was a silent film.
Yeah.
Remember that
Yeah.
one? And it's so fucking effective because it's Native American spirit and then a wolf. So like they're doing this back then, which is really cool. And I don't know, it just kind of threw me back to that one as well. So yeah, I don't know, 4. I'll give it a 4.
I liked it too because the cop's reaction when he finds out what it is, he's like just in shock the whole time. I'm like, yes, that's what would really happen. You wouldn't act like the big hero. You'd be like, what the fuck? Is this real?
Yeah.
This can't be happening.
Yeah, loved it. So yeah, there you guys go. Check it out, Wolfen. And then I'm gonna let Xander take this one because he told me he was just finishing it up. 1976's Drive-In Massacre
Ugh.
for our number 25 movie.
Yeah. Let me pull it up real quick. Sorry, I wasn't.
Let me
prepared.
pull my notes. Hold on while I whip it out.
Excuse me?
Did he just
Hey, I
say
was
hold
gonna
on while
say
he
that.
whips it out? Oh, were you?
Excuse me while I whip
Jeez.
this. Kill
Damn
him,
it.
kill him.
Stepped all over
There
it.
we go. Yeah, 1976 Drive-In Massacre. Your nightmares are about to come true. 2 police detectives try to catch a serial killer who's stalking a rural California drive-in theater, randomly killing people. These dudes look like twins, right? These 2 cops, don't they look like identical twins? Are they?
I don't know. This movie was so awful.
They
It
so
gave me
did.
anxiety.
Yeah, so it is about it just starts off here in the drive-in and everybody's trying to have sex in their cars and whatnot, and a guy reaches out to like get the speaker to bring it inside or whatever, and his arm gets cut off and you get arterial spray, and it's kind of that good Herschel Gordon Lewis candy apple red blood. And the story is these cops are trying to, after this murder, more murders start happening, and these two cops are trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And as it would turn out, this used to be a carnival grounds, and they turned it into a drive-in theater, I guess, when it wasn't making any money. And they try to, there's two, like, guys that work for the carnival. One of them is, like, he's kind of the scapegoat. He used to be a sword swallower, but not anymore. So the cops are, like, on his trail. The cops are trying to get him. And they're just kind of putting shit together, and then you just keep seeing kills with swords over and over and over again. So there's a big thing about a sword collection that the carnival used to have, and so they're trying to figure out, you know, who's behind this. And it's just like a silly exploitation slasher flick that takes place in the drive-in, which is a great concept. This film is bad. But I think it's the enjoyable kind of bad, because it's super short. The kills are kind of silly and over the top. The plot is silly. It's not intentionally funny, but I think it's enjoyable, and I totally think it's worth checking out. And I wish I had watched a better version. There's a version on YouTube. Are you familiar with Creature Features, which used to be well, so they have the dude from Steve Zissou? Is that the guy from Exodus?
Yeah,
he's on the he's on the episode of with Drive-In Massacre where they watch it on there. So
Oh, wow.
nice.
And he picked it for that show. But yeah, though this is nothing like spectacular by any means. But I think it's fun. I think it's just fun watching these two overweight cops haphazardly try to catch this guy. And it has kind of a fun ending. I did like the ending because it does end a little abrupt, but I feel like it was appropriate for this particular film.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was just kind of this kind of grindhousey vibe. I would love to have seen this in a drive-in. That would have been fucking awesome.
The fake public access thing at the end.
Yeah. So it was a nice little thing. So what did you guys think?
I mean, yeah, for me, like, again, I mean, it's definitely a B-movie slasher film, and I'm a sucker for fucking slasher films. Like, slashers and Creature Features are my number one my 1 and 2, I go back and forth, subgenres of horror. And it was nice to see a slasher that I had never seen before. Everything that I wanted out of a 70s B-movie slasher. I mean, you got the blood, you got everything you want out of it. I really enjoyed it. I did like the end, like you said. You know, that was really funny. And, you know, it didn't skimp on the gore. But, again, was it a bad movie? Yes, of course it was bad. But was it good for us? Yeah.
Yeah, this is
It's not good.
This is a perfect, like, Cemetery Gates podcast film.
Right.
Like, for us, this is something that we would be like, fuck yes.
Yes. Let's watch this movie. Yes. Great movie. So, yeah, man, solid 4 out of 5 for me. So I really enjoyed the shit out of it.
Nice. Would you say it's out of 4?
4 out of 5 for me. I like it.
Wow.
Yeah, I liked it a lot too. I'll probably go just under like 3.5.
Okay.
For me. Yeah, but totally worth watching.
Yeah, check it out if you guys can.
Mona, what did you think, Mona?
No. It was boring. Like, I fell asleep. And I never fall asleep during movies, so I had to watch it again. I had to torture myself and start it all over again. And you know how I feel about slashers? I don't like them. They're cock blockers. And I'm gonna be the what did you say? I don't know. I gave it a 1.
Oh, a 1.
This movie was not fun for me. I was so bored. I just no.
Well, fine. Little party pooper.
So, yeah, I don't want to shit on your movie anymore. So, I'm ending it right here.
Well, damn it. Yeah, there you go. Well,
it's all good. We still love you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, up next is going to be mine and Mona's first pick, because I know we're going to do... I think we did a few more together, but these middle three are. Oh no, we picked all the same, didn't we, on this one?
I watched all of them except Piggy because
You didn't watch Piggy?
Okay, well let's
No, I didn't have a way to watch it.
let's do Demonio.
Il Demonio. Oh my god! I swear.
That
if you
movie
did
was
this, I
fucked
hate
up.
both of
It
you.
made me mad.
Okay, talk about it.
That's where
Shoot.
The Exorcist got its moves.
Yeah.
And this
So,
poor woman.
what's
Oh, go ahead.
this?
Explain.
Hold on. Oh
I
my
liked her
gosh.
name though.
And she was beautiful.
Purif? Absolutely.
Purificata.
It was
Yeah.
Italian.
Yeah, I love that. Or Puri.
Italian from.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't ready again. From 1963.
Yes, 1963. She lives in a village.
Yeah, she lives in a small village in southern
like her.
Italy. Yeah, and she everybody kind of thinks she's a witch, and she kind of falls in love with this dude who's married. You know, but
Like to
obviously
get
she
married.
can't. Yeah, he's about to get married. She obviously can't have him, so she places a curse on the
Yeah.
outside the house with a cat, and then
Wine laced with their blood in it.
Yeah. And then, so she just basically has it for this guy, sets curse up. The guy passes away. The whole town accuses her of being a witch. And,
Which she's not.
Which she's not. Right? Which
She
is-
has, like, supernatural, like, she could see dead people.
Yeah, she's a vision, or what do they call them? A medium, kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, in the end, she winds up getting, like, kind of possessed, and, like, the locals try to come figure out what the demon is to get it out of there, to save her. What else happens in there?
I don't think she's possessed. I think she's just mentally ill.
Ooh. I don't know if they were making films about mental health in 1963, but maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. She wasn't.
Yeah,
she
I
didn't
don't
do
think she
anything. She was just sick.
That's
Yep.
Yeah, there's something about. I mean, if you saw that subtlety, that's cool. But if they didn't point it out to you, that's cool too. I think. I don't know. With that being said, I think especially like Latin cultures, whether it's Italian, French, or Spanish, we all have that like strong Catholic thing. If you were born or raised Catholic, so yeah, I don't know.
But every fucking Catholic in this movie was a fucking piece of shit.
Exactly.
All
That's
the
what I
people
think.
confessing their sins. I want to have sex with my daughter, and
Oh,
that's supposed to be okay. And everyone she went to help for was all rapey, like the priest and
They are all rapey.
every religious person in this movie.
yeah. So maybe she was mentally ill. I don't know.
And
I think they're
slapping
all
her
a little mentally
around.
ill.
Yeah, they're all fucked up. Fucking weird
I
Italians.
should point out the person that died was not the guy she was in love with. It was a boy that she met down by the water that was recovering.
Oh.
Yeah,
an
he was
illness.
sick, and
Yeah.
he saw him. And she was like, I
Yeah.
thought you were sick. I'm
And
okay
then-
now.
And then Giuseppe.
Yeah. He tries to kill her. And
Yeah.
then he winds up raping her, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this movie's a bit wild. However, it is shot absolutely beautifully. Like, the cinematography is absolutely awesome. The music is great as well. It's a really well-made film to me from 1963. They really weren't making a ton of flicks like this. Definitely edgy in the content, pushing the boundaries of what they could do. You know, subject matter and all the sex and rape and stuff that's in the film. Which apologies for not heads up on that particular scene in this one. My bad. I think I was the first one that watched it. But anyways. But yeah, honestly, I just think this movie's awesome. I think it looks great. It's just so cool. To me, I love the shit out of it. So
I like this movie so much. I'll show it. I want to show it to my wife.
Mhm.
I got her to
Nice.
fucking do Black Sunday.
nice.
And
Yeah.
she's like, oh yeah.
I just, to me, watching this thing, the movie just kind of hypnotizes me. Really, it's like, ugh, I just can't help but be engaged with it. So
That's
I
cool.
loved it. It's a 4.5 out of 5 for me.
Very
I think it's
good.
damn near.
Very dramatic.
Yeah,
Very good.
I think it's damn near a perfect movie in my opinion. But so 4.5 out of 5 for me.
Woo!
High marks for me. Mona's going to give it a 1.5.
I did a 4.
I'm giving it a 4.5. It pissed me off, and those people were awful, but I loved her. And
right, she's great.
They took her when she was possessed scenes for The Exorcist. It's like, hey, and every other demon possession movie after.
I don't know if there's a Criterion release for this film, but there fucking should be a Criterion release for this film. It deserves it if it doesn't exist. I don't think I've seen it, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So
yeah,
it's in my box set for.
It wasn't graphically rapey, but but it pissed me off because everyone she went to help for was
and I should point out I absolutely loved her eyes. Her eyes,
Kathleen.
like her blank stare that she kind of has almost the whole time is so like creepy.
Her eyelashes. She was just very beautiful.
Yeah. What was her name? Dahlia Lavi?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She was great. Yeah, check this movie out. I think it's actually on Shudder, so I would encourage people to watch it for sure.
I think I saw it on Tubi.
Yeah.
It may be on Tubi too, yeah.
It's on Tubi.
Cool, yeah, but this is definitely one of my favorite ones we've watched the whole month.
Look at you. Look at that, man. And that was my pick. I think
so. It was on my pick.
Maybe.
This was my pick.
I think it was. Oh, yeah.
It's mine.
Number
Just
27.
Fight it out.
Do your pick. Do it. Evil Dead Trap.
Evil Dead Trap. What? Okay, this is another awesome movie.
I watched it.
You did watch it?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I think we're all.
What one did you watch?
At the end here, so.
Oh, the ending's the fucking best part.
No, like towards this episode.
Oh.
Me and Virus don't know what's going on. Getting movies confused. So yeah, I watched this one.
Good. Yeah, this is from 1988, and it's about a local. I guess it's kind of somewhere in between a local access news channel and like CCTV, where this lady has like a talk show and people call in videos and send her videos, and basically they get on the trail this like snuff film, and she basically kind of gets obsessed with it and goes to check it out, and eventually brings like other people with her
because it's supposed to be her. There's like a clip of her.
Right, yeah, it looks like her. That's the big catch. That's why she's like, wait, this looks like me. So is it like, is this going to happen to me?
Instead of being scared, she's like all intrigued. Let's go.
It's a journalist center. So like the easiest way for me to describe this movie from beginning to end is like, it's like a Asian giallo if mixed in with Saw. With some of these like traps, because once she gets to the place where they think this is being filmed, like there's all these crazy setups of people dying with like swords coming through random places and piercing people and pinning them on the wall, and then there's bodies hanging.
Yeah, but it was very Evil Dead too.
Yeah, it's very gory, super gory. And the reason I say it's like giallo, like that, one of the opening scenes is eye trauma. Like there's a razor blade like going into an eyeball, and they show all of it. So this is not.
I think that was on a that Skinny Puppy Warlock video.
Oh, maybe.
Ugh.
Yeah, but it's just her trying to find the whole thing, and there's crazy kills, crazy gore. Also, again, awesome music, and the ending to this thing is is wild.
I know. I wasn't even surprised with these kind of movies. I was like, yeah, sounds about right. Yeah.
And I don't want to ruin the ending because I think it's like one of the best parts about the fucking movie. But it is. What?
Like I can't fucking like say enough about the fucking gore in this movie.
It's so good.
It is so fucking good. Ugh. And,
yeah, if you're a gore hound, like this is fucking it. But it's also like a good. This story's it's not over the top. It's a pretty basic story. Like they're not trying to. It's not filled with too much like crazy excess dialogue. But man, if you like I said, if you love giallos and you love the gore and you love, unique traps of things of ways that people die, this movie is 100% for you.
That sword scene in the beginning was pretty dope, bro.
Hell yeah.
And you got like bodies, I don't know, like being strewn around, floating. I mean, there's so much shit in this movie.
Yeah, there's actually a really cool poster that has all those bodies floating around.
Yeah.
And it's got like the cots on the floor, and he's dragging the one girl in between the beds, and then it has like the eye on it. It's pretty fucking cool.
Well, I think Mona had mentioned something about like this being like Evil Dead-ish. Well, the thing about it is I think even in Japan or overseas, it was released as Evil Dead 3.
Oh, it may have been.
I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty damn sure it was. But
So, yeah, it was released in Japan 1988 on November 7th. So.
Some of the killings are really stylish, I think. Really brutal stuff. I mean, I don't know. I liked it. It's fucking nasty as fuck. Let's not give away the end, though.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I loved it. This is another 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah,
for me.
me
This
too,
thing's
bro.
A fucking gem.
It's a fucking
God.
beast, bro.
Yeah, like I want to watch it again. I already bought the sequel, which I know the sequel is not as good, but I don't really care. I just wanted them both.
This is a fucking beast, bro.
Yeah.
It's so goddamn brutal.
Yeah, and I guess we didn't get it here in the States until like a DVD release until 2000 from Synapse.
Wow.
Put it out. And then I think Unearthed Films has it now, which is the perfect home for it, because they do, if you're not familiar with Unearthed Films, they do a lot of the extreme gore and like violent films and stuff like that. And
yeah,
so it's perfect home for them is to be with Unearthed.
Would love to have this on a, if I could find a way to do an Android Vision on this on the big screen. I think people would really like this too, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. It would be a big hit.
I have my next movie, I'm slowly procuring what's going to happen in 2024. We'll see how 2023 works, but we'll save it to the end of the show. But I have like 4 dates I think lined up, so we'll see what happens.
Nice.
But yeah, Evil Dead Trap, guys, fucking amazing. I concur with my co-host, Mr. Xander Kane, 4.5.
Boom.
And
hitting some home runs here in this.
Yeah,
episode.
we're finishing off good.
Yeah, with the exception of Driving Massacre, that one of us.
Hey, yours next, Mona. Piggy. Not you, but you know what I mean.
Piggy!
Sorry, I didn't get it.
No, it's a joke.
What is it? It's Spanish, right?
Yeah.
It's about Sarah, an overweight girl. She's tormented by local girls in her village during the summer. They like bully her brutally.
Yeah.
And then one of her bullies are kidnapped by some, I don't know, creepy dude. And then
she sees it.
like after torturing her in the pool, like they leave and she leaves, and then she sees the creepy guy who's like the serial killer, and in his van are the bullies, and then the serial killer sees her and he's like all freaked out and she doesn't know what to do, and she's just like, whatever, go. She lets the serial killer take the bullies. Yeah, fuck those bitches.
That's it. That's her
like,
review. Fuck
I don't
those
say
bitches.
nothing. Yeah, the end. 5.
Yeah. But they called her Piggy in the movie.
Yeah, because
she worked at she worked at a carcineria with her mom and dad, right?
Yeah, even her mom's like shitty to her.
Yeah.
You need your 8 lessons.
So Xander, her parents owned like a place where they did chopped meat and hung it up, because that's like, you know, in Mexico, Argentina, you just chop meat and hang it up, you know what I mean, and people come and buy it.
Oh yeah. For sure.
And so she works at her parents', I don't know, it's like they're butchers or whatever.
Carniceria?
How do you say it, Mona? Why did you say it all white?
Because I can't say it Spanish.
Carniceria.
Carniceria. Is that better?
Carniceria. So they
Because I like to make my mother mad by speaking that way.
Oh, because that's funny. So yeah, I don't know. They called her Piggy because she was standing next to a bunch of bacon or something. I don't know. It was weird. But like, yeah. And then she lets him get him. You know, she lets him kidnap them, which is really cool.
And then she kind of feels guilty, but then she's kind of turned on by it. She like develops a crush on that serial killer guy because he likes her. He's like all infatuated with her.
Yeah, and you know,
Go ahead.
No. So basically, I don't know. Did she? I thought it was cool. I thought she looked cool. I thought the killer looked cool. I thought it was awesome.
I loved it. The story, everything.
Nice.
I would have ran away with the serial killer.
Yeah, it's cool. Check it
Lived
out.
happily ever after.
What did you give
Yes.
it?
A 5.
5. Whoa, I gave it a 4, but I
Whoa.
really liked it.
Since I didn't watch this one, I can't rate it.
That's okay.
Watch it!
I could talk about a movie real quick that I watched to insert so that way I cover my 31.
Okay, no, go for it.
I watched The Lair by Neil Marshall's new flick. The same guy that did Descent and all that.
Ooh.
It's about a pilot who crashes down like in Afghanistan, and she has to like take refuge in an abandoned underground bunker where she's getting shot at like crazy, and she has to go in this bunker to get away from them. And there's something else down there. Science has gone wrong, and she kind of becomes the prey in there. So she winds up getting out, and the rest of the military people come in and rescue her. And then, of course, for whatever reasons that I can't remember, they got to go back in. And she's like, "We're not going to go back in there. It's a death wish." Blah blah blah. And of course, they go back in there, and of course, people start dying. And it's just a creature feature. It's very action creature feature. So think like kind of Resident Evil movies almost. Kind of has that vibe, except it's a creature instead of zombies. But this movie's gonna get a lot of shit just because it's just kind of popcorn action horror. But man, I thought it was fun as hell. I thought the creatures looked pretty good. There's a few spots where you get. So here's the thing about the creatures: they're like part human, right? So sometimes it just looks like a dude in a suit. That's not quite like morphed into the full thing it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of depending on how you want to look at that. So like some of them. Some angles it all looks really great and some not so great, but I'm just gonna chalk that up to budget. But for action horror, Neil Marshall, I thought it was solid. It's a popcorn action horror, like 4 out of 5.
There you go.
Most people will probably give it a 2.5, but
Well, fuck most people.
That's what it is.
Fuck
If
most
it sounds
people.
good to you, then
Good.
yeah. If that sounds like fun to you, then fuck. I wish I could have seen this in the theater, but it was VOD only.
Really?
Yeah, it was worth it. I think I paid $10 for it when I rented it, so it was worth it. Or bought it, the digital version. But yeah, so go Neil Marshall. Thanks for making it a just entertaining, fun film still. Appreciate you, dude.
All right, next, Santo y Blue Demon contra de los monstruos. Santo and the Blue Demon against all the monsters.
I've only seen it in the background.
Yeah,
that
it's about a
show,
couple-
The Strain.
Well, like, okay, so the first thing about it you got to understand about like Santos and even the Blue Demon.
There's
like,
a whole series of these things,
like
man.
in Mexico in the 70s, the luchadors were superheroes. Like they were like these kids really thought they had like special powers and shit. So like they made movies, right? It's not like nothing different going on with Marvel and shit now. You know what I mean? But they had like a whole squad of wrestlers that were like a Justice League type of thing. And
Did they actually have Santo comics back in the day?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
So Santos and Blue Demon, they're fucking like superheroes.
Yeah, but they're not relatives. They're not brothers or anything like that.
No.
They're just two luchadors. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. That's what I picked up on, anyways.
Yeah. So when they're not in the ring, they fight evil outside the ring, pretty much.
Yeah. So the cool thing about this movie
Ever
is,
take your mask off either?
Yeah. The cool
Ever.
thing about this movie is if you like wrestling and you like silly chasing monster flicks, this is fucking for you. It has the very Abbott and Costello, Frankenstein meets Wolfman vibe or whatever. But in this one, it's actually they were chasing down kind of all the Universal monsters. They're the low rate
and
Universal
Blue
monsters.
Demon's clone.
Yeah. And they're fighting off his clone. but it's so fucking silly. But it moves pretty quick. You get your
Yeah.
wrestling. It literally goes like wrestling match, and then they're going to fight the baddies. And I
Yeah.
did like how they kind of entered the. They had the little person that was like the mastermind behind bringing back the monsters. It was just so fucking silly and fun, and I want to watch. I want to watch more Santo movies now.
It's such a fun movie, man. I mean, there's so much going on in it. And like you said, wrestling, chasing monsters, and then you're just your cheap knockoff monsters. You know what I mean? It's fucking hilarious.
They're not bad costumes on them either.
Oh no,
like,
they're
really
not.
The Cyclops is the one that looks fucking kind of shit.
Yeah, my friend Shady Al, he was telling me all about it. He has like all of them, the whole box set.
Oh really? That is so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, just somebody released a box set of them. I can't remember who released it. But man, it's so fun. It's just like it's that's the cool thing about movies in general. Is like when you find something like this, it's so like kind of representative of its time and what was going on.
Yeah.
You know, in that area at that time, this is what was huge. But you watch it now, you're like, that's so stupid. But you're like, but that's like what everybody was talking about was Santo the Blue Demon.
Yeah.
So it was cool to watch and finally visit it because it's been on my radar for a long time. And I just never. When you said you want to do this, I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's do that.
Let's do this."
To watch it. So
yeah,
I'm very happy you did.
Yes,
it's a 3.5 out of 5 for me on this one. I really enjoyed it. It was good.
I gave it. I'm about there with you. It's fucking funny. It's great.
Yeah.
I love their fucking just driving around in their cars, wearing their masks, fucking dressed all normal,
fully in character. Nobody else is a superhero.
Why not?
They are.
Yeah, they're fucking great.
My son used to do when he was little.
Ask your mom about lucha libre in the 70s.
Yeah, and this dudes are getting like smacked around in the ring too, man.
My mom's a big wrestling fan, always and forever. Still.
That's why her and I, you know. Me and her connect. Tell her. That's why. You know, she knows.
She'll listen. She's listening now.
Tell her she knows. Tell her I want to kiss her just once. with the tongue though. It has to be with the tongue. All right, let's go next to our next film.
Yeah.
Man.
Just Santo. How many of the Santo and Blue Demon ones are like
9?
Or how many like are horror related, or they just wind up fighting like?
We'll
they
have
like
to
wind
look.
up fighting like mobsters or some shit. Because
Yeah.
I'm totally down for that.
That's what I saw so far. Fights the
Let's see.
Wolfman.
Let's see. Let's see. I know there's 9 movies. I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
All right. Well, we can move on. That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh no. There's Santo Control Los Zombies.
Samson. They have another one. Samson. Santo y the Sweat. Yeah, the vampires. Yeah, there's a lot of them, bro. Vampire women.
Dracula. What?
Yeah, versus the vampire women.
I'm gonna need this box set now.
Are you?
Oh, they fight mobsters.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Where is it? Where is it? Mafia de Vicio. They do fight mobsters. Well, it's just Santo. There's no Blue Demon in that one, but.
Oh, it's the Santo box set.
Yeah.
I told you.
$42. Fuck.
Fucking sold. I'll buy that right now.
My friend has the box set.
That's a good thing to have. Santo.
Cool. All right, on to the next film.
Oh, okay. The Monsters.
The Monsters. All right.
All right.
I loved it. Fuck you guys.
No.
No.
I loved it so much, and I'm surprised.
You're surprised you loved it?
Yes.
Well, then you could talk about this.
You know why? Because Lily Munster reminded me when I was a teenager. All hot for the guys in the band, and oh yes, he's gonna be mine. And then I'd go out and get him. And Grandpa Munster reminded me of my dad. All pissed off because all the guys I brought home were fucking idiots and losers.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my god, this is me and my dad.
Yeah. Okay, so where do I go with this? I mean, and that's great. I liked it. Okay, let me.
But
No. It's not. I'm gonna. This is such a polarizing film, and I'm gonna be not polarizing about it. That's my intent here. Is I'm not. I don't want to
Gotcha.
be polarizing about the movie within myself. So, I'm not gonna say I completely loved it. I'm not gonna say I completely hated it, but I will say what I appreciated about it, and I'm gonna go that angle was I love the set designs. I thought they're
Yes.
fucking awesome.
Yes.
yes,
I thought they were amazing. I thought his color was amazing.
especially when he was in a band,
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
it was so cool.
Just it's like and then I'm gonna go my other part of it. It's kind of like when you meet like a hot chick with a lot of potential, and whether it or whether you see that chick like on a wrestling program or whatever, and or in real life, and then they open up their mouth and then they kind of ruin it. And that's kind of how I feel about this movie a little bit.
Wow.
It's a super hot chick of a movie. I love the set design. I love the costumes. I love the
You
makeup.
didn't like the dialogue? I thought
even
it was
love-
so funny.
It's like, and that's typical with most of Rob Zombie's movies for me. I'm a fan of a handful. I'm less of a fan of most than I am of his catalog, I guess you could say. But yeah, man, he's got to fucking have somebody else write for him. But it was funny in some parts. Don't get me wrong, I got a chuckle.
Some
here
parts,
and there.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
but that's how I
I'll-
feel about it.
I love the whole thing.
Yeah.
And even
Good.
though
I'm not too far off
Buster
from you.
was annoying, I liked Jeff Daniel Phillips. His eyes, because he has like those crazy eyes.
Yeah.
It was like there were some parts I was laughing so
That's how
hard
the
and I
eyes-
had to
yeah.
rewind it. And
I would love to see Rob Zombie go on. Not go on, but I would love him to see him do a children's like movie or a show or a series, like a Goosebumps type of thing. I think he'd be
Right,
really good at
right.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree with the sets were absolutely incredible. The colors incredible. It was everything I wanted visually. Even the music, the humor was spot on. Even the silly little quirks that the TV show had, he made sure to get in here. The only thing I don't really care for is I do not like this. The courtship of Herman and Lily. I didn't like that angle at all. It made me very disinterested in it, and I wanted to them to be on Mockingbird Lane and be married and get into that. And it's Rob's way to take his own angle or whatever. But yeah, so that just kind of made it okay to me.
I liked
was
that
nice
part and how it showed how they got Spot.
Yeah, it did show that.
And then their wedding with the bats lift her veil. Come on. And then the plague doctors.
It's all,
And it
it's
does
all-
kind of make.
It,
I mean,
you know what it is, and this is what I appreciate. Sorry, not to step on you, Xander. It does speak to
sorry.
Mona's internal goth girl, and
Yes, it did.
I'm not saying that we have to be internal goth girls to enjoy this movie. I'm just saying
fair.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
And
and a lot of people were shitting on it because they're like, oh, I'm irritated that people think the TV show was like this some great show, because it's not. It was this weird, kind of funny show to me. It was not a great show.
Yes,
but
thank you. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, it's
so
campy
it was
as
like,
fuck.
so it's campy as fuck. But people enjoyed it because it was weird and there wasn't a whole lot on like that. That's why people drew to it. It wasn't because it was a fucking sitcom masterpiece.
Yeah,
So when
people
people
did
were
say
like-
they ruined the original, and I was
no,
like,
they
when was
didn't.
the-
No,
when
What the
was
fuck did they ruin?
I asked them, when was the last time you've actually watched an episode
Dude,
of the
right.
original? They're
I
like, oh,
love-
it's been a long time.
And don't
Like,
get me wrong,
exactly.
I love, I mean, if you're in our generation, and I don't know, I'm 46, so I remember. I mean, how old are you, Mr. Xander Kane?
42.
42.
142.
Yeah.
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 I remember like literally coming home in the afternoon from school, and maybe they did this, and we didn't have all the channels, but I do remember like this shit playing on like when I got home from kindergarten, like on normal TV. Still, Gilligan's Island, The Munsters, all these
I used
funny
to
shows.
watch all that.
Yeah, and I remember liking it, man, and I love that type of time frame, and I think Rob tried to keep that alive, which I do appreciate. You know, I just, again, it's always my bitch with Rob Zombie movies. It's like, man, you gotta have somebody write your dialogue for you, bro, or you need a fucking good partner.
I like the dialogue.
I get it. Well, it's not a personal attack on you. I'm just saying. Just don't
I'm just whining.
Don't whine. Stop it. Go get some cheese with your
But
judge.
you know, with
Anyways.
all that said, I still give it a 2.5 out of 5.
Yeah,
so I'd say
dude,
2.5.
I'm
Yeah.
middle of the road too.
Just
2.5.
middle of the road.
What? I think
Yeah.
it's the inner goth girl in me, because that
Tell
club
your inner
scene
goth
and the
girl
DJ
too
with
to
the
fucking
gas
not take it
mask
personally.
and Nosferatu with his cat pictures.
Oh no,
and-
he was great.
And then it
That
explains.
was really funny, actually. That
how,
might be my favorite part. Was the
Yeah.
date with Nosferatu was fucking hilarious.
All right, guys.
Yes, and then they explained Eddie Munster.
Okay, I have
You know,
to.
people like talk shit about, well, how come they have a werewolf baby if he's Frankenstein's monster and she's a vampire?
I got to do
Her
this
brother's a werewolf.
before we get into this. Our last film of 2022's Halloween, 31 days
Wait,
of whatever.
I gave it a 5. I gave the
Oh,
monsters a
good.
5.
Yeah.
Oh,
5.
Thank you. Thank
Well,
you.
you know, and look, I'm glad you loved it, and I didn't hate it. Didn't love it,
Yeah, I didn't hate it either.
but middle of the road.
Two.
Not
Two-
at all.
2.5. Come on.
Oh
now
my
you're
god.
now,
2.5.
Now you're
Jeez.
now you're half blasting the cup, and we're moving on.
I'll
We're gonna
blast all of you.
We're moving on to our final film of this year, and 2022 with Halloween Ends. This is the final in the David Gordon Green, co-written by Danny McBride and a bunch of other people, Halloween
My
series.
soulmate.
Yes, and it's the 13th installment in the Halloween franchise, so we have that. And again, it's for people out there who don't know, the Halloween wasn't Kills, it was Halloween Returns, or what was it, just Halloween?
Just Halloween 2018.
Well, Halloween 2018 was a direct follow-up to the original Halloween from '78. Fuck all the million sequels that came after it.
Right, and then Halloween Kills takes place the same
night.
as Halloween 2018, and then this is 4 years later.
That's right, 4 years later with Halloween Ends. And how does it end?
It ends.
The town seems to be in a bit of a funk,
It
as
is
you would say.
squishy.
I don't know. How would you say it? The town, they just don't seem to be coping well with the legacy that Michael Myers has left behind.
Right. Halloween is not fun no more.
It's not fun anymore for this town. People are committing suicide, fighting, a lot more alcoholism. This is the evil that Michael Myers has wrought onto this town. This is what they're talking about.
Yeah.
That's not all it. I figured out.
I know.
something.
So now you go ahead.
That's
I'm
how
gonna-
he gets his evil, or how he gets stronger, or why he doesn't die, is by killing people. That's why
Yeah.
he goes out every Halloween and kills people. The more people he kills, the stronger he gets.
That's right.
My
They don't
friend
get it.
Matt, Alabama Matt, told me
That's what-
that.
That's
I
what
was
he
like,
told you. Well, there you
wow.
go. Right. Well, I just thought, I mean, I don't really need to be explained his supernatural elements. I'll just say he's supernatural
Yeah.
because, but this movie starts off with a bit of a gut punch, wouldn't you say?
I laughed. I'm sorry. I guess I'm demented with that.
I mean, hey, so on Halloween night in 2019, one of our main characters, Corey, he's babysitting this kid, and the kid's a little shit, pulls a prank on Corey, and he fucking locks him inside the attic, and as Jeremy's parents come home, Corey kicks the door open and accidentally knocks Jeremy off this fucking winding staircase.
Do you know what happened?
What?
Jeremy fucked around and found out.
That's right, man.
He did. That's really so
They don't really explain it.
hilarious.
They don't really.
The noise it made and how he looked.
They don't really explain it until later, but like because you do see Corey walking around being kind of a town pariah a little bit, and yeah,
Definitely an odd guy.
he is. And then
I thought he was
Lori's
a hot
living
nerd.
fucking Lori's bucket. She ain't living in fear no more. She's a hardened old lady. She's a fucking battle axe, but she's writing a memoir. She's got a new house. She's living with her granddaughter.
I really would have liked it if this entire movie, Jamie Lee Curtis was just chain smoking cigarettes, like Tom Atkins back in the day, just chain smoking the whole time.
Yeah. She's trying
I
to
really
was
would've given
glad
it more
that
grit.
She was all right again. 'Cause, that's,
She was
that's
living.
What happens in life.
Corey's mom's a little weird.
She's a
I remember
bitch.
that part. Yeah. Not real cool. He gets taunted a lot by high school bullies, even though he's not in high school, which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
I know, but 1 against 5. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Holy.
his stepdad's pretty cool to him. Gives him a motorcycle. I remember that part. And so this
What do
movie
you want
kind
him
of
to do? Pull a Johnny Lawrence?
yeah, and then Corey and Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter, they kind of start liking each other,
Yes.
Really,
Yeah.
it felt like reluctantly at first, but then it kind of went smoother, I guess, for the two.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't it Lori pushing it? She's
Yeah.
Like, we'd like each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Corey fucking he leaves a party and he has an argument with Allison and he runs into some bullies and they throw him off a bridge and dun 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 dun.
Stabs a homeless guy,
Yeah, well,
like one does.
yeah, well, no, he meets the Michael Myers.
Yeah, I do it
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, he meets Michael Myers and Michael Myers is down there.
In the sewer.
Yeah,
Eating all the rats.
yeah, eating all the rats and Corey stabs. Corey
He's
stabs his
retired.
way. Yeah, he's retired. Corey stabs a dude to death in the cellar in front of Michael.
Yeah,
Put you that way. Weird twist. Weird, strange twist.
it is a weird.
This is a
twist.
Corey movie, by the way. I don't know if you guys know this.
This whole
Love it.
movie was fucking weird.
It's not a Michael Myers movie.
No, it's not. That's why it made me I just didn't know what to think or to say or.
I feel
Yeah.
like it takes a minute to process this whole thing on what we may have been expecting and what we got. I feel like we got two different movies. Like the first half
Whatever.
is
3. There's a love story in there.
Yeah. There's
With
a lot of
happy love music and everything.
yeah. So Corey, he starts giving the fucking rabid dog Michael some bodies, man. Corey starts taking care of Michael, and
Doesn't he take his evil?
yeah, he starts leeching off his evil. But Michael, it's kind of cool. They show Michael kind of get a little stronger after he killed. That was kind of strange, but I get how your friend thought that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
made sense to me.
So he gets the mantle, man. He says, fuck it, on Halloween, I'm gonna fight Michael. There's all kinds of other stories going on too. I kind of forgot, but he goes to the sewers and he beats up Michael for his
Yeah.
desk.
womp womp.
Yeah, there you go. And Corey, he just goes on a rampage, murdering the bullies, fucking does all kinds of kind of cool things. I appreciated that part because it was like the evil still lived. You know?
You're thinking oh, this is the passing of the baton. This is how we get more Halloween films. You're kind of sold on the idea, all right, well, we're gonna go with Corey now. Okay,
Yeah, the evil
and we're
is
just running with it, and you think you're gonna get that through the entire movie, and other
No.
things happen.
Yeah, Corey's like, fuck, I have other plans, Mr. Xander Kane, and I'm gonna fucking murder myself.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, sorry, no
That was a
spoilers.
huge sacrifice just to frame
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah,
Right.
strange, very strange. Yeah, and then
Then we get Michael Myers back in the
he
movie.
comes back. Oh, this is what we've
Finally,
been waiting
thanks.
for the whole time.
The showdown.
Yep, and
The shit
Between-
out of each other.
Yeah, which I thought that fight scene was fulfilling enough to me.
sure, yeah,
I enjoyed that. So
they all
It was like
in the
they had it with each other already. You could see it.
yeah,
and then they healed.
Like
And
an
they
old
healed by
married couple.
they gave him the old Superman
They what?
funeral. They gave Michael the old Superman funeral at the end, huh?
There you go.
That was
The death of Superman.
Yeah, the old and put him in a shredder and everybody could watch.
It all squished and shredded.
Yeah,
I was just like, wow.
yeah, that's
There
it.
he goes.
That's how evil
Ta-da.
died. Halloween ended. I don't know. We'll see in another few years. It'll come back. Another.
No,
something.
yeah.
They probably already have a bunch written. I don't know, man. I mean, look, I could say I kind of liked the Halloween. Was it 2017?
2018.
2018?
Yeah.
I didn't care for the next one.
Kills.
Yeah. I
I
liked the
did.
kills in it, but I didn't really. I don't know. It's okay. I gotta watch it as a trilogy again.
I thought it was
Yeah,
hilarious.
fair.
This one was very strange,
Indeed.
and I know it upset a lot of people. It didn't upset me particularly. I thought
Yeah.
it was very unique.
It
I
confused me.
It was confusing, but as far as Halloween films was concerned, I found it very unique, and that's what I appreciated about it. And I appreciate if we're gonna go like series types of films, I really like the uniqueness and them breaking the mold. I appreciated that, so that's why I gave
Right.
this one out of the trilogy. This is my. I'm teetering on my. This might be my favorite out of the trilogy. This new trilogy.
Fair. Yeah, I
Wow,
need to I need
serious.
to revisit them all and watch them in succession. I feel to really get a real
Yeah,
bearing on
It's
all three of
not-
them together, and this one.
it's not a fucking Michael Myers movie. It's a Halloween movie.
Yeah.
And that's what people. You got a lot of purists out there. You got a lot of people that
Oh.
will shit on it. You
Oh.
got a lot of people that are fucking like, it's not my Halloween and stuff like that. But like, well, no, it's not. Go make one. That's the way I feel about it. So, I appreciated the just it being different than the rest of them. And again, this is why I appreciate Halloween. I've always appreciated Halloween 3. I get shit on all the time, which I don't give a fuck about. I love Halloween. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Not for everybody, but I love it. It's just a different fucking Halloween movie to me, and I feel the same way about this one. And I mean, I'll fucking die on that hill. So that's the way I feel about it. but
Impaled.
fuck, dude. Like, yeah, probably my favorite in this trilogy, and for a movie by itself, just on its own, 2.5 out of 5. I'm gonna give it a 3.
Oh.
Not hating on it. But again,
Fun fact. That's where I land on it. I land on it at 3. I do. Like I said, I need to watch it again to really kind of digest it a little bit more. But like, I think if you can separate the two halves of the film individually and kind of pick up on what the things they are trying to do and draw comparisons, like you said, as a Halloween film, not necessarily Michael Myers to Corey, but Halloween to Corey. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Yeah. So like picking apart some of that stuff. And I do think the ending is strong. I like the battle. But I don't. 3 out of 5. That rating could change on my next viewing, but we'll see.
All right. So
What was that?
that was Andrew Dice Clay.
Oh.
Oh, let's just play again. There you go.
If we had an old clip of the Butcher doing that, remember when Butcher used to do that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Or message him saying, "We need a soundbite from you."
Do it. I need an O. All right, Mona.
I don't have a rating. I didn't know what to think. I was
Okay.
confused. And
All right.
weirded out after it was over. I had to go lay in the fetal position and think about life for a while. So I don't know. I have to watch it again.
Watch it again.
I'm going to watch it again.
Hey,
And
I
I
may watch
have
it
no
tonight when
rating.
we get done.
yeah, I didn't mind it. Didn't mind it. And
I didn't either. I will say the first like
slow.
35 minutes, I was mad as fuck at this movie,
Okay.
and then I was like, all right, regroup, regathered my thoughts. I was like, all right,
See?
and then
Yes.
I calmed down after that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like quiet and like, what the fuck did I just watch? What the fuck
Yeah.
was this?
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So there you guys have it. Good way to end the show. What the fuck is this? What the fuck did I just watch? That's the best statement that we can give about this this season of our 2022 31 Days of Halloween.
Yeah.
There you have it. All our 31 movies. Hopefully next year we'll figure it out. We were a little unorganized coming into this year, but
We sure
Yeah,
were.
it got really busy at the end of October for
it
everybody.
did.
So
we got to figure this out. But we will. We'll get this streamlined for you guys. But thank you so much for tuning in, enjoying the series. If you are listening on the Intestinal Fortitude podcast network, these 4 4 parts have been released as a series. And I got to release 2 because I fucked it up. But or 1, was it Mona? 1 or 2? I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't know.
I have
And
no
I won't
idea.
be here anymore, so
Oh.
thanks for letting me be a guest.
Oh, you will be again. Because that's what you are as a guest.
Yes. Aww.
So you always be welcome back as our guest.
Aww.
That's right.
Always be welcome back. We have many guests. Mona just is one.
Actually,
I'm
Mona's
only
the
one.
only guest right now.
Oh, right.
Aw.
Oh,
It's sad.
fuck.
Heather
I know.
don't come on no more. Scott don't come on no more.
I know. Fucking fuck them.
Dax doesn't come on anymore.
He only came on once on our
Yeah.
very first show.
Yeah.
Dax. I tried to get Greg Mo. He says yeah, but it doesn't happen.
Did you hear that,
I like-
Greg Mo? He's got called out.
I like
Yeah.
to do the special ones like these, and if you do the Thanksgiving horror ones again, I'm all for it.
No, I think the next thing we're gonna dive into is some of the SRS cinema catalog, which is some like 90s shot on video shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Some
they have
released by Dead Alive Videos. Remember
Yeah,
them?
and they have. Oh yeah, and they also have some like crazy kaiju films as well. So we'll see. Maybe we'll do monsters. Maybe we'll do monsters. Maybe we'll do Santo and the Blue Demon.
I want to do it. I don't know. We'll see if we can put something together for
Alright.
a Thanksgiving episode, and maybe we could
Alright.
have like a variety show and have a few people on. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Ooh,
Okay,
there
guys.
we go.
Thank you for listening. We'll catch you on the flip.
Yeah, thank y'all so much for singing with us. Much love. Thank you for Mona. Thank you for the tamales.
days. Mother.
Mother.
You've been listening to the Cemetery Gates podcast, featuring Android Virus and Xander Kane. Follow us on Twitter at Android Virus, at Xander_Kane, and at Cemetery Gates 66.